Yo, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go discussion video. Alright, so it's been about 2 weeks since Max Battles was implemented into Pokemon Go, and I feel like a lot of players are losing interest in this brand new system, and I think a big reason for that is because there is still no connection to anything else in Pokemon Go with this new system. Like if you catch a whole bunch of Dynamax Pokemon, it's basically only going to be useful for Dynamax content. You can't use them for raid battles or PvP, it's basically just filler content. And I think that sort of feedback is well merited because players are not going to be interested in new things if it's not going to improve their current gameplay when it comes to raid battles and PvP. Like for all the Dynamax Pokemon that you catch, there really is no purpose to them outside of max battles. And I think for a lot of players that rubs them the wrong way. If they're going to engage and spend time on anything in Pokemon Go, then they would like to have benefits in most areas where they might be struggling with. And that totally makes sense, and I totally understand that feedback. However, in many ways, I still feel like the system is well designed, and it's something for you to do outside of raid battles and PvP. It's basically meant to be a side activity, and I think that's totally okay, because I do think that for a sandbox game like Pokemon Go, they need a lot more things for you to do outside of just raid battles and PvP. That way, you will always feel like there's something for you to do in the game, and it's not going to get boring really quick, which I do feel like has been the case for the past couple of years. I mean, it's a simple fix, right? They need to implement ways where you could use Dynamax Pokemon in raid battles in some shape or another, so that the progression that you put into with Dynamax battles and Dynamax Pokemon is not necessarily going to go to waste. Like some players only care about raid battles, and some players only care about PvP. And if something in Pokemon Go is not contributing to any of that, then they're just simply not going to care. But if you were to able to use Dynamax Pokemon, or if they were to give you some kind of bonus in raid battles and PvP, then I think a lot more players will care about it. Now, let's talk about the brand new Max Battle that they introduced recently with the Psychic Spectacular event, and I'm of course talking about Dynamax Beldum. Was this well executed? Was this something that was implemented really well? Well, in my opinion, I actually think it was. Because when it comes to Beldum, yes, it is a very relevant Pokemon regardless of Max Battles, and I think because they offered it up as the first Max Battle outside of the starter Pokemon, then yeah, I think a lot more players will actually care about it. You have a higher chance of getting yourself a 100% IV Beldum through these Max Battles than you were to if you were to catch it in the wild, and I think that was a huge plus. And then on top of that, the battle itself was slightly difficult enough where it actually felt like you were progressing with this system. If you were actively participating in the Dynamax system over the past couple of weeks and you had a couple of Pokemon that were slightly powered up with max particles, then you would have a much easier time taking down Beldum as opposed to just using Dynamax Pokemon that haven't been touched. So yeah, there is a sense of progression here, and I do like the way Niantic is implementing new Dynamax battles. It's definitely something that I hope they continue doing. So yeah, after 2 weeks of Max Battles being in Pokemon Go, I still think there's a lot of things Niantic could do to improve the system, and then at the same time, I do think that for what it's worth, they're doing a really good job with how they're implementing new Dynamax Pokemon. I really hope they continue to build upon it, mainly because I do want to see this system flourish. I think there's a lot of potential there, and it's really going to be up to Niantic because there is a lot of very positive feedback as well as some very constructive feedback when it comes to this new system. And if Niantic wants to be in the good graces of the Pokemon Go community, then where they should start is actually listening to a lot of that feedback. Like I've been saying, one of the best things that they could do is implementing some way for you to be able to use Dynamax Pokemon in raid battles and PvP, and maybe that is in the cards for the future of Dynamax content, but I really do think that at the very least they should communicate their intentions with Dynamax Pokemon, because as of right now, it's basically a system within a vacuum, and I don't think that's something that a lot of players will necessarily care about. But at the same time, I really hope they keep going with this system, implementing new Dynamax Pokemon and more max battles, because yeah, this system is definitely a lot of fun, and I think there's a lot more they can do with it. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding Dynamax Pokemon down below. Are you actually enjoying the new Max Battle system, or it's something that you're just completely neglecting? If that's the case, I would like to know why, so make sure you share your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, let's have a great discussion. And hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I am Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.